Hello dear traders, petar.jacimovic here. Wanted to post the update on the British pound versus US dollar, and wanted to post you here mainly because I want to explain you how informed traders basically trap over and over the crowd and uninformed traders. Okay, so there is a different maneuvers from market makers how they can trap the crowd. And in my 9 years of trading full-time, I discovered a few basically patterns and deep understanding of how they do it. They have many ways to do that at different times, starting from the intraday manipulations, or call that like traps, or doing on some short-term traps for some very short-term oriented traders. So for example, as I spoke, as you know, and I told you, even in past weeks, and if you follow my Forex Factory thread, you saw that I actually sold the British pound versus US dollar from 1.3500, and that was basically 2 weeks ago, about 10 days ago. What happened there is basically the price. You see, these are weekly market profiles. So every profile, every distribution here represents the weekly. Just only these 4 ones represents the current week day by day profile. I split this so you can see day by day and current week how the values moved and how distributions form. Now, I speak a lot about informed traders, and I include myself in informed traders. The thing is, informed traders basically got deep understanding of the market, of the assets they trade, of the symbol they trade, of the fundamental aspect of the intermarket analysis of the symbol they want to trade, and in the current situation, technically speaking, and on any asset, on any symbol, they pretty much have deep understanding of their symbol or asset they trade. And that's something which like 95% of the traders lack a lot, because what they're doing is only trying to trade a technical approach and think that trading like 90% of the regular stops, watch the general patterns, placing the stop loss above the swings, below the swings, trading anytime during the day, trying to pick up trade every single day, don't have patience to weigh the winners, don't cut the losses fast when they're wrong, have the very bad risk reward ratio, don't have patience, don't know how to, don't understand tops and bottoms and when they form and so on and so on. So that's why I call the informed traders. They're totally opposite, as I said. They have a pretty good clue of deep understanding of statistical approach. They know the pretty much good at the volatility approach on any symbol, on the asset. They understand also what we're doing here is, as you see, this is a market profile chart, and it's based on distribution, statistical approach, and the auction process, where we actually understand the value, or where the 70% of the trading occurred for the specific period we observe. We know where the most of trading happened, which is the fairest price for the specific period we trade. We watch and we understand the value related to the price as well. We understand when excess appears, when this is usually how the smart money, or I will call them informed traders, trap the crowd and the rest of uninformed traders basically. And that is exactly what happened here. Basically, the price, if you start here in this way, we got increasingly. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, we got pretty much from the low to the high. If we go from this to this stage, almost 900 pips. Now, someone will say, and some, every trend trader, when on any indicator you watch, basically what will happen is you will see that everything is riding, everything is bullish, the news will be so bullish, and so on and so on. And you know, this was a strong rise. Every single system and so on will show the strong bullish momentum, right? But in reality, when the informed traders see the good opportunity to start their activity, their maneuvers, that maneuver actually trap the crowd, and the crowd, because they don't use the proper risk control as well, they can lose a lot, even the whole profit they earn if they were buyers at this stage, because they must be psychological strong. When they see the, you know, price going higher, they will, you know, and for example, they buy on the breakout of this week high. You see they buy, news were good and so on. You know what happened here is that sellers stepped in, and the informed traders started a large blocks of sell orders on the pound, basically on my platform from 1.3 600, let's say 650 55. We started large sell block orders. And the thing of understanding the value and position and you know, single prints and the access, and understanding the global intermarket coloration together with the fundamentals, that is actually why I teach students on my mentorship program. And I always say that if you're not informed trader, you cannot build success on any long-term horizon, because it's not enough just to have the knowledge which, like, most of the traders around the world actually trade and got. You need to have deeper understanding of the market and what drives the market, and what markets are correlated with what other markets. You need to understand also positions of the other assets and instruments which affect currency exchange rate, you know, and all of the stuff. You need to have deep understanding, you know, what moves what symbol, and you need to understand also more deeply. You can do more deeply research, like we're doing, and using the profile, because of distribution process is here, and all we need, a statistical approach, is here based in these profiles. You know, basically this was the biggest trap here in the past months, and that was a strong trap, you know. And we and I and my students, we started to sell our first, or 1.3550 was actually our first, and our full position was 1.3500. And I'm still keeping this position basically, and I will keep as long I don't see any big threat for the sellers, or I will keep as long I have, you know, whenever the price, once the price fill, if the price fill my target, I will target around 1.2800, my main target. I'm targeting about 700 pips, you know, in about 1 month probably. This can happen, maybe even next week, who knows, maybe, you know, it's forex. But the point is, as the Jesse Livermore said, you know, it's the sitting which earned him fortune. How to say that? It's not about constantly going and trying to, you know, buy and sell every single minute and try to, you know, it's about, you know, I'm more oriented on the George Soros approach, that if you got good confidence, if you have deep understanding and enough experience, let's say that you saw many, I saw the millions of examples, because I am already trading about 9 years and more full-time every single day, watching the price action, so I have a large experience. So it's in my opinion is more that you have a concentrated portfolio, you know, that you actually have a very good position. You do the calculation what leverage to use. You use the control leverage, but you use the leverage to increase your potential profit, and you build analysis based on all aspects which affect exchange rate of the symbol you trade. And if you get that type of knowledge, you can basically increase strong. You can go very strong, and you can increase good, and very you can establish good profits. The point is that you need to have understanding of what I'm speaking right now, and deep understanding. You know, I marked in the chart just some major parts here. There's a lot of stops between, you know, I just marked major stops, and how they basically trap, and how informed traders trap the crowd. You can watch that. I always also combine, you're watching the regular chart as well, but profile is my technical core, let's say core technical principle and statistical principle, and then you can combine with whatever you want. Basically, you can go the regular analysis, you can use whatever, you can use Ichimoku trading system or whatever, but you can combine with this. This is it, why this is so powerful. And I can teach you basically in my mentorship program all basically you need, all from the, you know, from the very basics to very advanced, and how we implement this strong statistical approach and the way of collecting the price, which is not standard by the crowd, by the public, and very small percentage of traders actually using this type of chart and collecting the price. If you combine this, for example, this, we got a 3-day correction on the British pound, but what I saw basically in the news and newspapers and, you know, the different websites, including the Bloomberg and so on, they say we got the revisions from the few manufacturing and manufacturing data and so on. We got a few revisions, which was a positive for a pound, and that's why pound actually corrected this much, about 180-90 pips. But many of most of the traders basically expect still price to go higher, and they maybe today start to buy this because they see the breakout with 2-day high. They start to buy, and so they think this will reverse and so on. The point is, this is, as you see, it's not happening, and actually the informed traders trap again on the intraday perspective the crowd and uninformed traders. And you can see clearly on the regular price as well, because I marked you here. This is the 2 days high, this is the yesterday high. Basically what we got here is the bullish movement. We got the bullish movement here on the Asia session, and now you naturally, every trader see this is going higher, new highs and so on, price is going steady upward. What we got here is the background. We already actually started the breakout of this downward channel. Yesterday we got FOMC meeting, and that actually boosted this breakout and created a fake breakout. And you know, someone who is informed today actually benefited good when selling this after the breakout of this upward rising, the most recent upward rising trend line. And if you're a day trader, you actually got a good profit today, and you can close it pretty sure to reach 100, 120 pips. And I can teach you as well how to day trade, combining the profile and the regular chart into the one very powerful methodology. You know, and of course, the main also aspect is to trade a short term with a control leverage and earn on concentrated positions. But if you like to day trade and you enjoy to day trade, of course there is a possibility that you can earn. Even the statistic is not so good for day traders relative to the, you know, this is what I also will show you and teach you how to calculate your odds on the day trading on the different symbols. But anyway, when something good appears, you know, and the good opportunity, when the good opportunity happens, you can step in the market with, of course, very controlled risk, and then try to benefit and take a good potential risk reward play. So, you know, it is basically, you know, you look at how they trap. I mean, even I see every single day on some currency pairs, there are some traps of the crowd of uninformed traders. Okay, because if you watch this, everything was bullish, and all averages, if you place on 15 minutes on these day intraday frames, we'll basically see that it was everything bullish. Price broke the 2-day high, very solid upward movement, and then bang, what happened is 140 pips. Because there is also the short-term picture suggesting us that there is no indication of the real there is no indication of the real threat for these sellers, these informed trader sellers. When there is a real threat or something big happens and so on, then informed traders will exit their positions and then watch for new opportunities. But for now, I don't see any threat for the lower price. I see the weak lows on these weekly lows are pretty weak according to the market auction. So there is I give a very good chance the price to retest this week, the last week low, 1.3 around 0.25, and then probably price will try to reach this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 8 weeks ago, the strong point of controls and strong picks as well. We have a very weak low. This low was actually very weak. This low actually marked this upward correction, but low for itself looks a very weak. Now I will just sit on this and then wait how the price will develop, follow day by day what's going on, and on that way I try to track my position and try to ride till around area 1.2800, which is the key swing low, and it's actually very weak. And so it doesn't matter what you trade. Are you day trader? Are you short-term trader? Long-term trader? The market profile gives you a strong, deep understanding of statistical approach and understanding of the value relative to the price. And there is many things you can watch in the market profile which you cannot see, and it's not possible on any other type of chart. As like you cannot see the value, you cannot see point of control, you cannot define what is a strong high or low or weak high or low. As long as you cannot understand what is the value high, value low, you cannot understand the anomalies on the distributions, you cannot understand many things in the market profile. But from the other side, when you combine that with a regular analysis using the channels, using the whatever, for example, Ichimoku trading, and some proven patterns or proven systems for itself, you can also build a strong view technical picture on the asset or symbol you want to observe. And if you have deep understanding of the intermarket correlation together with the fundamentals, then you are a professional trader, and you have the attitude and the discipline and the approach as like the guys on the floor or in the desk in the banks. So that's how they position themselves, and you can do that from the home, basically on your trading desk or your computer with only internet connection, because you can trade have approach like that. I don't say you will always be right or so, but your understanding of the market and your positioning and your psychological factor, your understanding that the profit must develop, the profit the profit will not be a single day. If you're a short-term trader, the more you hold a winning position, the more potential profit you can make. It is like that. There is no shortcut. You need a lot of knowledge at the first stage. So a lot of knowledge on all of this subject I spoke, and then all of that knowledge you need to translate on the real trading, and take the experience on that knowledge. And then once you got that together, knowledge and experience, then you are on very high level in terms of, and you have a high odds to make success. Until then, you can be at the very best neutral and like 95% actually losing the money on any financial asset or market. It doesn't matter if it's stock, forex, futures, whatever it is, commodities, 90% or 95% of the traders losing money. The reason, again, the key reason is lack of knowledge. The second reason is even they have knowledge, they don't practice a lot, and they don't, you know, build experience on that knowledge. So you need a right knowledge. It's a very hard to find actually right knowledge around the internet. And I know for myself, when I started like back in 8-9 years ago, it was so hard to find what's actually real and what's actually the fake, because there is a 95% of stuffs on the internet are so fake. You know, people just selling you the systems, people you know, just selling you some fancy stuffs, robots or whatever, and they just make the business from that. But the point is that don't tell you how you need to think and how you need to approach the trading. They don't tell you the methodology. They don't tell you what's actually the real. The reality is you don't need any fancy system. You don't need any paid robot or paid indicator to make success in this business. What you need is the right knowledge. And basically, even the market profile, you can find some free indicator which will transform you the chart to watch like a profile. But this chart, for example, indicator is only, I think, the $50 the lifetime license. So that's all you basically need in terms of the profile, and everything else is basically the knowledge. I read many books, many books from the different authors. I read books from the Warren Buffett, from the George Soros, from the Richard Wyckoff, from the Jesse Livermore, and all of this, you know, when you understand and take the key concepts and key sentences in all of these books, you then have a pretty good understanding of what is the reality, because these guys are the biggest investors of all times. And then you combine that with your own experience and your own knowledge and methodology, and then you got a very strong approach. Okay, so, you know, I think it's enough for this video, but I just want to inform you that the next year, probably in January, I will start my own website, and you will enjoy. I'll have a free blog there, write a lot of articles on the different aspects of trading. I will have a daily video analysis and so on, and you know, you will see what I will offer, and of course the mentorship program and the digital download of my live educational classes. The point is, the knowledge is the power. The right knowledge is the power, and the experience will verify that. Once experience verify that knowledge, then you got a very good team in your trading. And this is how the professionals are doing. And I'm telling you, I've worked with a lot of investors. I work with and now with investors, and I help a lot of investors and so on, you know. And you know, this is approach that every trader who wants to be a professional trader need to have. If you don't want to be professional, this is your part-time, then it's not so matter. If you just want to invest some money for some long-term investments, then you don't need that much knowledge and so on, you know. But if you want to be a trader, professional trader, which is totally different from investor. When you say investor, that means that you hold positions for years, you know, and so on, and that's not your main income. If you are a trader, then you have a trade basically, and you're a speculator, and you speculate on the price, you go higher or lower, and then basically the time can be even intraday. And what I'm mostly doing is basically having the concentrated trading when I see the good opportunity appears, which not happens so often, but when it happens, I define my risk, use the proper leverage, and then try to ride the good position if it's good, and ride if it's bad. I cut, you know, immediately if I'm wrong. And you know, that is the way to make money in any basically asset. We speak right now about Forex. So I hope you enjoyed this video, And if you like my video, feel free to subscribe my YouTube channel. If you want to learn this whole methodology, including the understanding and including the market profile from the basics to advanced, to how we combine with the regular charts and regular analysis, and then that's about technical power, and then the part about intermarket analysis, what is in what is correlation with different symbols and different currency pairs, and correlation with different things, and then fundamentally how we observe and statistically how we understand the volatility, and so on and so on. And I teach you all of this in my mentorship course, and then you can enjoy and become independent, basically independent trader, independent thinker, because I don't teach you just my methodology and the whole approach. I teach you the way you actually analyze the market, the way you analyze so the steps how you analyze, the professional steps how you analyze the market. I don't teach you just buy here and sell here if you see this or this. That's so mechanical. I teach you that to become smart, informed traders, to use your own head, your own brain, to understand the conditions on the market and to understand the technical picture, fundamental picture, and intermarket picture. So it's so strong, and this is something which basically, as I know on the internet, I didn't saw that some of the educators or any professional trader will teach you how the way they can teach you some systems and so on, but they don't teach you this key, the heart of actual professional trading. This is actually mindset and the approach of thinking, the way you actually getting these informations and distribute these informations to see if there is opportunity in the market or not. Okay, that will be all for this video. Bye bye for now, and trade safe.